Oh hi, it's Bukai, and welcome back to another video for our solo Let's Play challenge for IdleOn. So unfortunately, this video is not on the World 3 patch. Some of this videos, I did fall a little bit behind on my actual recording, and so I do apologize for that for everyone. I'm basically going to be spending all night long doing the voiceovers over the entire clips and editing the videos for you guys. And hopefully I'll have them out in, in a decent time frame for everybody on there. Again, I apologize. I just fell behind on the times on there and just did not basically I let my buffer disappear on there. There's no real excuse. But as you can see, we've been grinding on the Giga Frog still. And I've got to basically buy my dailies, and then I kind of decide to run back to town, but then I halfway through decide, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the if you love me, let you go, and you can see at the top there that it's saying game starts in syncing, because I'm not actually connected to the internet at all when I'm doing these recordings. I found it just so much easier to do, where I basically just go connect to the internet, disconnect, work on my actual, work on the account, and then when I'm done, I will then go back to reconnect. That way I can get some more active stuff done inside of these videos, rather than it just being like, okay, here's a 20-hour gap, here is a 18-hour gap, and it's just basically two cuts, and you see nothing happening. So that way I can get some active stuff done, maybe, and I can also get some town stuff done for you guys. If you guys like it in that system, just let me know in the comments below. It's easier for me and my living situation currently. So then what I have to then do is go back to town and actually reconnect to the internet when I'm ready to let it AFK overnight type thing. So what you're seeing here is I'm going through all of the stamps, and the stamps are quite important to basically upgrade. I know that they don't actually scale that well. They're really poor at scaling, but it's another one of those death by 1,000 cuts. It adds up, but it's not as game breaky as the good old-fashioned alchemy is on there. Like, that alchemy just destroys it out of the water. But I keep going back and forth just to not neglect the stamps, and I have to keep upgrading them and whatnot. Once I'm done with the stamps, I go back up into World 2 and I start checking my quests just to see what ones are easy to do. I don't really come across any, but I do see that, I got 4 guild gifts underneath there when I take out the actual forest fiber, but I never complete the quest. I just get completely distracted and put it in my inventory, and then very quickly put it back as I go through and take out some other stuff that I don't really have a point in keeping. I mean, I should have kept the pincer arms, but I didn't, and I mean, I should have, but I didn't, so there's that. But it's something that I got to do in the next coming videos on there, is just straight up inventory management. Like, this is organized chaos. It's not even organized chaos, I was going to say. It's just pure chaos, and it's a pain to actually dig through. I'm going to have to basically spend an hour or so and just rechange around everything. Once that's done, I pop back into my alchemy tab on there, and I start dumping into the pay to win tab. So I'm just dumping all of my cash that I'm getting, upgrading my alchemy speed, upgrading my experience, my regen, my capacity, and whatever I can spend on. Now, it's really hard to keep upgrading these on a solo account. I think it might have been a mistake to focus so hard on the alchemy. Like, I probably should have been pushing for the World 2 Coliseum, completing those, and then just getting the chests on there, and then using that to upgrade the actual alchemy. But, live and learn. I think the skilling is slower, but in the long run, it's more beneficial. But then again, I'm not 100% sure. I then checked to see what I got to do for post office, and it's determined that it is time to run to the good old, whatchamacallit, guys. The slimes on there, and I just start going, having to gain several hundred more slimes on there in order for my post office to go up, because I need more mana. Now, the problem with this is, again, I'm focusing too much on the alchemy rather than, or on small little pieces like the post office, when I could actually be pushing forward. But, you know, I needed a break from the Gigafrogs, because as you can see there, we're at like 55,000. Like, yeah, so I've got a decent chunk of the way, but I'm not there yet. I've still got quite a bit to go, and whatnot. But, you know, it is what it is on there. We've got to just keep grinding out down the slimes and eventually get the actual Bullfrog card. Now, I know that there's been a comment down below about using the Monster Decimator to actually improve the Zao farming. I didn't know that it actually did increase on the Zao when active. I just thought that it increased the portals, but you know what, it's a little bit of a mistake, live and learn. I will start investing into that slowly, and it does actually contribute to your actual card kills on there. I don't know if that's a bug or whatnot, but hey, it works on there, and I'll abuse it until the day I die on there. Now, I'm going to be hanging around on slimes for the rest of this video, but I do eventually go back to the Gigafrogs for the overnight on there. It's just easier on there to get the post office, and then when I was done, go back to the Gigafrogs on there and let it run overnight type thing. Once I was done with my active grinding on there, I needed to go back. It was late. I needed to reconnect, and then I needed to basically just go right back to Gigafrogs. So I didn't do too much active on there, but I do think that going forward on there that this is the proper way until I get proper internet connection. The only crappy part is that people don't see me in the world and I don't see people in the world when I'm filming, but you might pop in at the very, very start or at the very end type thing, but you know, for a little bit on there, this may be what I have to do. It's not in every video on there, it's just in a couple. So it's fairly obvious when I'm doing it that way. And with this, I think this is going to be the end of the video. So if you guys are enjoying it, please don't hesitate to give it a like, a subscribe, pass it on to your friends. If you didn't, well then pass it on to your enemies. And there is a Discord link in the description below where you can join our community Discord and basically get to know everybody in the community. Bunch of cool folks down in there. Come check us out. And there is also a link to a coffee shop where you guys can buy me a coffee if you wish. And everybody who has been buying me a coffee on there, honestly, I can't thank you guys enough. It's like you have no idea how much that actually means on there. It really does give me the motivation to continue on there. And even just your likes, your subscribes do as well. But like it completely warms my heart that people are willing to hand over their hard-earned money to me. It's just, yeah, I don't have words to explain, so I'll end it here. Take care.